Good morning, student. Let us discuss our fourth adjustment relating to revaluation of assets and reassessment of liabilities in case of admission of a new partner. As the previous three adjustments we have already discussed, like calculation of new profit sharing ratio, calculation of sacrificing ratio, treatment of goodwill, as well as in the last video we have discussed the treatment of reserves, profits, as well as losses. In this video we will discuss one of the important topic, that is revaluation of assets and reassessment of liabilities. I just want to recall you, when we were discussing the chapter changes in profit sharing ratio, we already discussed and I already explained the account, revaluation account and its rules. Again, I am just revising the same topic. There is slight differences that we will see here, and what journal entry is to be passed due to changes in the value of assets and liabilities, that we will see one by one. See, at the time of admission of a new partner, the assets and liabilities appearing in the books of old partners may have overvalued or understated. So there may be a case of overvalued or undervalued, that we will discuss, and what journal entry is to be required. So they need to be valued due to the following reasons. Why? First is to show the assets and liabilities at their current value. First, as second, to ensure that no partner is at advantage or disadvantage due to change in the value of assets and liabilities. And third is to record unrecorded assets and liabilities at their proper values. So if suppose there are some unrecorded assets or there are some unrecorded liabilities at the time of admission of a new partner, then it is required to be recorded in the books of accounts. So that is why for these three main reasons revaluation is done, revaluation account is prepared. See, this is the ledger of revaluation account, and the same rule that we have followed in change in profit sharing ratio, here also it is followed. In the debit side, it is a nominal nature of account. In the debit side, decreases in the value of assets or increases in the value of assets, or if there is unrecorded liability or any kind of remuneration if paid to the partner, or any expenses paid by the firm due to revaluation, are the items appear in the debit side. And in the credit side, increases in the value of assets, decreases in the value of liabilities, any unrecorded assets are there, so that is shown in the credit side. And after comparing both the side, if balancing figure is coming to the debit side, that is a profit, and it will be transferred to partner's capital or current account. And if the debit side is more than credit side, then it is a loss and it will be transferred to partner's capital or current account. So this is what the format of revaluation. And similarly, either with the help of ledger you can better understand the journal entry, or with the golden rules or the logic you can see the journal entry. Suppose if there is a increases in the value of assets, you know well, if you have to increase the value of assets, you debit the asset. And second account is revaluation account. So that revaluation account sometime may be denoted as profit and loss adjustment account, don't get confused, but better you involve revaluation account. So one aspect is asset and another aspect is revaluation. So increases, that leads to debit the asset, and decreases, that leads to credit the assets and debit the revaluation account. So this is all the logical based journal entries. If you have to add the asset, you just debit the asset. If you have to reduce, if there is a decreases in asset, of course you have to credit the assets. Similarly, in case of liability, what rule you follow? To add the liability, you have to credit the liability, and to deduct the liability means if there is a decreases in liability, you have to debit the liability. And another aspect is of course revaluation account. And in case of unrecorded asset and unrecorded liability, of unrecorded assets, that by individually you just specify the name of assets, that is debited, and revaluation account is credited. And in case of unrecorded liability, that is liability will be credited and revaluation account will be debited. So this is what the journal entries, and sometime even in the board exam questions are asked, simply you just pass the journal entry for the changes is going on in the valuation of assets and liabilities. So you must be very clear with the journal entry also, and of course the ledger also. Now come to the some of the important cases that usually students get confused regarding the language that is used, what journal entry is to be passed if such type of transaction is taking place. So some of the total even 11 cases we will discuss one by one, what exactly the journal entry and the value will be shown in the books of account. See, pass journal entries to record following transactions on the admission of Z as a partner in a journal of X and Y. They were sharing profit in the ratio of 2:3. First case is, suppose the value of furniture is to be increased by rupees 10,000. Of course, the furniture is increasing. So, what will be the entry? Furniture account debit to revaluation account 10,000. Second case, the value of furniture is increased to, see here, 2 word means 40,000 and book value of furniture is 20,000. It means how much, by how much value it is increasing? 20,000. Differences of 40 to 20, 20,000. So furniture account again debit 20,000 to revaluation account 20,000. Now see the third case. The value of furniture is brought up to 120% of its value. Means then what you have to do? Book value of furniture is 50,000. So you just find out the 120% what will be the value. So you see here the way how you will calculate 50,000 into 120 divided by 100, that value minus 50,000. That is, or you can simply calculate the 20% of 50,000, that is 10,000. So by 10,000 the value of furniture is increasing. So your entry will be furniture account debit to revaluation account 10,000. So there are three ways a same question can be put on before you. Either it is increased by, here the word that should be very clear, by or to. By means it is simply given, but by what value it is increased. Up to means you just find out the difference between book value and the present value. That differences will be shown in the revaluation account, and 120% of its value, so you just simply find out the 20% more and that value. So three cases, three possibility you can see in the question, the way how the question will be asked. So accordingly you will find out the value. Of course the entry will be same in all the three cases, but the what exact value you are showing, that is important. Now come to the next case. Stock is undervalued by 10%. It means you have to increase the value of stock 10% here. So what is the journal entry? See here, of course stock account debit 2,000 to revaluation. How you got this 2,000? First you have to calculate the 100 into 18,000 into 100 by 90 minus 18,000. So this, in this case generally student get always confused they simply calculate the 10% of 18,000, that is 1800. That is wrong. First you have to calculate 18,000 into 100 by 90, then deduct 18,000. That differences will be treated as the that much amount you have to increase, because it is undervalued. It is the time to increase the value of stock by 10%. This, and then overvalued means you have to reduce the value of stock. 10% of 22,000, directly you can calculate the 22,000 of 10%. What will be the value? Again the same method, 22,000 minus 20,000, that is what? 2,000. First you have to calculate the value, that is 22,000 into 100 by 90, and then minus 22,000. The same way how you have calculated in the fourth case. It means that stock you have to decrease it by 2,000. So overvalued and undervalued, don't get confused. Overvalued, in case of overvalued you have to reduce the value of stock, and in case of undervalued you have to increase the value of stock. So by increasing the asset you have to debit the asset, by decreasing the asset you have to credit the asset. So see the case. This is all possible cases I am discussing one by one, so that you will not confused while you are preparing the revaluation account. Now see the sixth case. The market value of computer is 25,000 and book value of computer is 20,000. Then at what value computer is increasing? Differences. 25,000 minus 20,000, that is 5,000. So what will be the entry? Computer account debit to revaluation account. Okay. Now see the seventh case. Machinery is taken by X for rupees 80,000 and book value of machinery is 60,000. In this case you have to pass two journal entry. First entry, that machinery is increasing by 20,000. So your entry will be machinery account debit to revaluation. And second, this machinery is taken by X. Then what will be the entry? X capital account debit 80,000 to machinery account 80,000. Now it will no more appear in the balance sheet, new balance sheet, because it is taken over by X. So in this case, if in the question it is asked if it is taken over by X and of course the value is also increasing, then you have to show it by two journal entry. First, to increase the value of machinery, and second, that machinery is taken over by X, so X capital account debit 80,000 to machinery account 80,000. I think it is clear to you. Now see the eighth case. What is that case? 1/3 of machinery is taken by Y is rupees 30,000. Okay, and balance is revalued at 57,600 and the book value of machinery is 72,000. So you first find out at what value a machinery is increasing or decreasing. So what the way you will calculate? First, Y's value 30,000 plus 57,600. By adding both the value, how much you are getting? 87,600, and the difference of 72,000, that means the value of machinery is increasing by 15,600. So first entry will be machinery account debit 15,600 to revaluation, because the value of machinery is increasing. And this 30,000 is taken over by Y. Again one more entry is required. Y capital account debit to machinery account 30,000, because it is taken over by Y. So if the case is asked, you just if any asset is taken over by a partner, then the entry is required, and of course it will affect revaluation account as well as the partner's capital account too. Okay, so this is what the case 7th, 8th case I discussed. Now come to the 9th case. out of amount of insurance premium which was debited to PL account 5,000 to be carried forward to the next year. So this is your asset still continuing to the next year. So asset account debit. So at what account you will prepaid insurance premium account debit to revaluation account 5,000. See. Unexpired, or you can say prepaid insurance premium account debit, because it is an asset and asset is always debited to revaluation increases in the asset. That prepaid insurance is your asset and it is debited to revaluation account. Now next is expenses on revaluation amounted to rupees 5,000 paid by X. So expenses, either if it is said paid by firm, then you will involve cash account, and if it is paid by a partner, then you will involve X capital account. So your entry will be, what will be the entry? See here, revaluation account debit to X capital account. Okay, your paid cash is not involved here. Simply this expenses is to be shown in the debit side of the revaluation account. As I already said, revaluation is of nominal nature of account. All expenses is to be debited, either it is paid by the firm or it is paid by the partner. So your entry will be revaluation account debit to X capital account. Now next is a debtors whose due of rupees 14,000 were written off as bad debt. It was a bad debt in the last year and paid rupees 10,000 in full settlement. So this is what that increases in the value of asset. So your entry will be, first you will receive that money, the cash account debit to bad debt recovered account. Bad debt and bad debt recovered is a two separate account. This is the last year amount, now you are recovering, so bad debt recovered, first entry. And second, it is to be credited in the revaluation account, but it is a gain for the firm. So it is an asset, increases in the asset. Bad debt recovered account debit to revaluation account. So this is the various possible cases I discussed. So what effect you will show in the revaluation account, what required journal entry is to be passed, because if you will see the sample paper of last 10 years, sometime even the journal entries are asked. So most of the student do the mistake while passing the journal entry. If it is related to revaluation account, one aspect must be revaluation. Either it will be debited or it will be credited depending upon increases or decreases in the value of assets and liabilities. And sometime if any partner is involved in that particular transaction, sometime two entries are required, that I already discussed in case of 7th case, in case of 8th case, in case of bad debt recovery case. So this is you must be very careful, and even the value also by increases by, if word is written by or to, so that you must be very careful what question is asked, whether it is increased by or it is increased to. So by and to, that is very important while passing the journal entry. Now some more few questions that sometimes student get confused, like suppose here, pass journal entry in firm's journal for the following admission of a partner, like unrecorded investment exists for rupees 5,000, hence it is to be accounted. So of course for unrecorded asset, again asset account will be debited to revaluation, that I already discussed. So investment account debit, you have to specify individually the name of that asset, it is given investment account debit 5,000 to revaluation. Second is, if suppose unrecorded liabilities towards suppliers for rupees 1,500 are to be accounted, so this is what increases in the liability, and entry will be revaluation account debit to sundry creditors. Suppliers, if it is mentioned, of course it is for this you have already opened the account creditor, so it will affect the creditor account, that is 1500. And the third is transaction, a creditor of rupees 600 will not be claimed, hence it is to be written back, means your liability is decreasing because it is not to be claimed by the creditor. So what you will do, you just decrease the value of liability. For this you have to debit the liability, sundry creditor account debit to revaluation account 600. So this is what I discuss, all possible cases you will come across while solving the complete full-fledged question of 8 marks. The what maximum cases you can see, that I discuss one by one. So please do the question of your NCERT book relating to revaluation account, and of course you just practice on passing the journal entries also, because sometime even journal entries are asked, so you must have command on journal entries. This is all about the adjustment that is relating to revaluation of assets and reassessment of liabilities. Thank you so much and take care.